So at the 9 o'clock hour, as we mentioned, top of the hour, star power, that's what you need. And this, as we're looking at it, this is probably about the star power they were going to have on this program. Logan Paul is back, and he was in the ring in a spotlight, giving a dramatic reading on top of a 15-foot ladder. I like Logan Paul. So and he's good because he's got a personality and he can be an annoying. I'm not sure that he yet fully knows exactly the psychology of how to work the crowd in the right direction, because he was both a heel and a babyface at the same time. He would put Cleveland over and then he'd bury the fuck out of it, but then he'd rah-rah again. Did you notice that?
I did.
I think it was just a collection of good lines that he thought of. They all didn't have to fucking be cohesive together. But anyway, he sits on top of this big ass ladder and he, unless I missed it, just declared that he was going to be in the Money in the Bank briefcase match. He's just made this happen. Is that basically what the explanation was?
I think so.
So all these other motherfuckers had to win these qualifying matches on TV and get their brains beat out and thrown around and kicked in the face and all this shit to get there. And he just called the office and said, hey, I want to be in it. Sure, Logan. Is he a heel or a babyface?
I think he's a heel, even though it was his hometown. They were still booing him. And he, like you said, he had some babyface kind of lines, but then he's clearly a heel. And by the way, he's an amazing heel. He's great. But again, there was some weird like hometown lines. I mean, then again, they also booed LeBron. So I mean,
well, yeah, but he's obviously a heel because he just weaseled his way into this match, in that respect. But the point is, he cut the promo. He's going to be in the match, and then here comes Ricochet, and he's talking to him, and he gets in the ring. But then before he can really tell him off, here comes Shaky Nakamura. And he does the same thing in the way that he does things. He cut the promo and convulsed at the same time, and then he got cut off by L.A. Knight, who came out to a big reaction, and they chanted his name, and they were with all the catchphrases. But before he can finish, here comes Pablo Escobar. And before he can finish, here comes Butch from the Brutes. And not Butch Patrick from the Munsters, but Butch from the Brutes. And they just, as he blows in the ring, they just all get in a fucking fight. And a big, how many is that now? Wait a minute. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 6. And then they all spill out to the floor, and Logan Paul does a big flip dive onto several of them, and then rolls back in the ring, and somehow every single human being that was just in this big fight completely disappears, and Logan Paul sets a ladder up and climbs the ladder and hugs the briefcase and mugs for the camera. And everybody else that was in the middle of a fucking riot was never seen again. Is that what you saw?
Yeah. LA Knight was really over.
I saw that.
Super over.
I'm telling you, on the other side of the ring from the hard camera, there is some type of trap door. It's used in some of the 007 movies or maybe the Wild Wild West. And as soon as somebody activates the spring, they go into the pit of alligators. You never see them again. Well, for at least 3 or 4 quarter hours. Takes them that long to swim back.